If your organisation provides professional services, then you're probably juggling multiple tools to manage different aspects of the project lifecycle. At Projectworks, our goal is to simplify services. We've built a single tool that's easy to use for both managers and employees, and fully capable of addressing the wide array of challenges unique to services organisations. Resource booking and capacity planning is an ongoing challenge that services organisations face on a daily basis. Having the ability to manage your resource pool easily and accurately is at the heart of what Projectworks offers. The bench report gives you a roll-up view of all resource booking. It helps you look forward and get a really clear picture of each person's pipeline of work, identifying where there are gaps and clearly showing what teams and capabilities you need. In Projectworks, resource booking is handled on a weekly basis. Here you can see the maximum weekly capacity for the people you have in the system. You can differentiate between both billable and non-billable work, plus account for things such as leave or statutory holidays. People often have different targets for billable time based on their role and responsibilities. Projectworks caters for this by allowing those targets to be set at an individual level. You can also see on an individual basis who is at capacity, who is over-resourced, and who is available to assign work to. People can be assigned to projects directly from the bench report by selecting Assign Project on the right. You then simply search or select the relevant project from the list. Specify the number of weeks you want the person assigned to the project for. Then you can either enter a specific allocation of hours in each field or use this button to easily assign any bench that they have available. There are several other key views for managing your resources, each catering to the varying requirements that different business units have within an organisation. The first is a list of all of your teams and people, showing the projects assigned to each. This is useful for roles such as a team leader who would want to see what's been assigned to each of their team members. The second view is the inverse, a list of all of the projects showing the people assigned to them. This is useful for client services and project management roles who would want to focus on their portfolio. Finally, the detailed view of an individual project gives you even more information relating to its resourcing. You can see the various rates each resource is being charged out at, which is driven by the rate card engine in Projectworks. Another useful capability in Projectworks to help manage resource is the ability to pencil book. Changelogs are kept of each update to an individual's resourcing, and additional notes can be added to help project managers balance priorities. In the forecasting view for an individual project, you get an insight into the revenue gained from hours already worked, as well as the projected revenue from remaining resource booked. From this, you can extrapolate the projected burn rate for the month and compare this against your forecast revenue. This allows you to understand any delta between your revenue targets and what has been resourced, giving you the opportunity to adjust as required to ensure you meet those targets. A roll-up view of forecasting is also available. Broken down by client or project manager, this gives you an understanding of both the overall services and non-services revenue that's forecast for that month. Of course, it's not enough to just successfully deliver a project. You also need to capture the effort spent so that you can invoice accordingly. Projectworks offers timesheets in a daily or weekly view to suit how different people work, and you can log time against a task by either entering it manually or selecting from the list of pre-canned intervals. Project managers can enforce whether comments are required at the individual task level, giving you the information you need to confidently track the project and clearly communicate progress and effort spent with your clients. Once time is entered, the next step is billing. Whether you bill on a monthly cycle or at the completion of a project, a key view for managing billing is the month-end screen. This can be filtered by a number of variables, for instance by project manager, and clearly shows the month's results against the forecast and highlights any work that remains unbilled. In the, hopefully rare, case where actual effort spent falls significantly short of the forecast revenue, you can set thresholds to require a comment from the project manager explaining the shortfall. This helps provide transparency to the senior leadership team and can feed into a process improvement program. When work has been completed but hasn't yet been invoiced, you can select the unbilled amount here in the month end screen. This will then display all of the timesheet entries on that project throughout the month. Invoicing directly from here is easy. Simply select Create Invoice. It will then generate an invoice containing line items for each of the modules from the previous screen that had time logged against them. You can then manually edit which of the time entries are to be included, either removing entries for non-billable time, perhaps for something like training and upskilling, or even billing in advance for upcoming work that has already been resourced. Invoicing can operate in several ways: time and materials, fixed price value-based billing, or a blend of the two where the billing type is controlled at the line item level. This blended model can be very useful when one phase of a project is fixed, or if you want to include non-services revenue such as licensing or disbursements. Invoices can then be issued directly from Projectworks. We recognise that every organisation has its own set of systems and tools and its own unique way of operating. Projectworks aims to fit within your established ecosystems. Accounting systems are a prime example. Projectworks integrates seamlessly with QuickBooks, Xero and others, so invoicing data can be sent directly to reconcile with your general ledger. There is also a direct data connection and a REST API available for integration with any other tools integral to the operation of your organisation. You can gain insight into the performance of your business with a range of reports. One of the most important is the margin report, which lets you view the actual cost involved in completing projects, and based on forecast or realised revenue will give you an indication of gross margin. You can also drill into a specific project and see the breakdown of each individual assigned to it. The hourly cost for each person is calculated both from their salary and any fixed costs loaded in, such as phone plans or industry memberships. You can also include overhead loading for things like management or coaching. Another key report is utilisation. This report can be filtered by office, team or manager and gives a clear picture of where each individual has spent their time by category. That time is then compared against the individual's total capacity and how that tracks against their individual billable targets. All of the available reports can be viewed in the app, or you can connect your data in real time to use your favourite analytical tools like Excel and Power BI. All of this is available for a low monthly subscription. If you would like to see more, please get in touch for a full demonstration.